Hello, people. It's Saturday, the 8th of April, and I just felt like getting on here and saying hello. It's a Saturday, so Monday through Friday, I do kind of think about trying to, make a post every day or pretty much every day for a while now, and then taking the weekends off, unless I feel like it. And so today, I just want to just get on and say a couple things. First up, thank you for your support in all ways. Thank you for your support here on the channel. Thank you for expressing your support with regard to me having to deal with, public nuisances. And thank you for your support on Bandcamp. Once again, I came in number 2 in sales on Bandcamp Friday for Nebraska. That's not a whole lot, but it feels good when you see it in proportion to what else happened that day for me here in Nebraska. It's reassuring. It's also wonderful the little notes and comments people are leaving about the music, how beautiful it is, how people are getting goosebumps from the Sakamoto track that I wrote. Wonderful. If you watch that glow in the dark video, it's a spoof, okay? And that song from the album is one of the goofier tracks. There are some really well constructed tracks. That one, the way that it comes off in the video, that's what Aaron wanted. It's a spoof. It's a goof. It's fun. And there I am looking stupid. Not stupid, but silly, or some could say stupid. I get cold easy, so we were outside videotaping, and I told him I could take my coat off for the shot, and he said that wasn't necessary. It was fun. So I hadn't gone to the record store in weeks. Last time I went was to get the new Depeche Mode. So when I saw the new arrivals for this week videos, I saw a couple things I wanted, and so I went to the record store. And I am glad that I went early because I was able to get a copy of this. Anderson Paak's Malibu album came out in 2016. When this happened, and when Anderson's Paak's first started to make waves, I was aware. I was digging it. Didn't jump on it though. When I saw that this was being reissued, I took a look on Discogs and a few other places, looking it up, and it's like this was a RSD, not exclusive but essential. So it's color vinyl. I said I'll get this one. My thought was if I get down to Homer's quick enough to get one of these, I will. And I did. Isn't that beautiful? And while I was there, shortly after I got to the store, here come some folks behind me trying to get this. One person tried to buy 2 copies, and the store stopped them. And I'm glad they did. They were just up front to them, said this album is limited edition. There's already people been calling for a couple days, about this. And while I was there, they sold the last copy. I don't know how many there. Yeah, the previous editions that are in the different color editions are in 500 copy editions. It doesn't say on Discogs how many there are of this. I bet this is more, and that's why they didn't say. But I'm still glad I got it. Beyond the color, Anderson Paak is very good musician. And I bothered to pay a lot of attention as I listened to yesterday to 3 of these sides, to the words and the story and the where he's coming from as a young person in this world. It's very good, very good. I got The other album I went down for because I saw they got it in was this new edition of Nothing by Meshuggah. I've had this on CD for years, but I like records. So when I saw they got this in, didn't care if it was on colored vinyl, didn't matter at all. Just Meshuggah. This album is killer. They really have changed the sound of metal, heavy music. The syncopation between the bass drum and the riffs has the bars gone up much higher as a result of these folks. The breaking down of polyrhythms and the way that, oh, these guys are just amazing. Comes with this nice fold out, which at my age, it's not, I don't really care. It's nice, but cool looking, kind of a marbly dark, nice heavy plates. This would be a band that I would like to see play live. I wouldn't travel to see them, but I would like to watch them. Especially, I'd like to watch the drummer, Thomas Hawk. Amazing drummer. So I got that. This was a surprise. This is an old psychedelic album from 1968. You psychedelic, well, you guys in the know about this album. Damon, Song of a Gypsy, 1968. The first edition was private. I think there was only 99 copies sold. This is very, very collectible. This is a new reissue by Now Again Records. This is a very good album, folks. This album is deserving of its reputation. It's a privately pressed psychedelic. It has that psychedelic Eastern tinged sound from the 60s. Really done well and I think that's another reason why this is so highly regarded, is how well produced this is, how good it is, and it's private. It's a private pressing. There was no major label involvement. I imagine the story of Damon has been told many times. I've probably read it, but I've forgotten the details. That was the surprise find yesterday. And they only had one record in the used that I found worth getting. They had some stuff that was kind of interesting, but I don't have to, minorly interesting. Like when I bought that Exception album a couple weeks ago, that's how that one was. It was a minor interest, and really the reason why I bought it was because it was basically under $10, between $5 and $10. Same with this. This was like $6 or $7, but I liked Battles. Remember Battles when there was a bit of a buzz about them with Tiandi Braxton and the guys from Helmet and some other band joining up? This is cool stuff. This is good. Dross Glop 2. Yeah, with some remixes. It's just good stuff. Instrumental, just good. It's good stuff. I'll keep going and show you what I played yesterday. So it looks like spring is trying to spring here, and so I should be able to lose this sweater today. I have the intention of definitely spending time outside today, perhaps do some yard work, perhaps not, perhaps just sit on my ass outside, maybe go for a walk, but the weather is breaking or is broken, for spring, so I'm happy about that. To take this sweater off. Let's show some more records. Let's show some more music, eh? Got an update from the disc makers, and the disc is on schedule. It's already in production. They're saying that I could have it back as soon as the last week of April. That would be awesome. Blake came by and we just celebrated and babbled about it, and then we also touched base about the photo shoot, and I took it in stride the way that the Karen, thank you whoever who described defined her. That was a Karen that disrupted my photo shoot with racism. And my buddy Blake, he said he was pissed, and he said, he said he was glad that I addressed it because he was very angry and probably would have said something, negative. But it was obvious. It wasn't just a matter of someone's perspective. It was that crappy racism that I recognize and deal with my whole life. And my young white musician friends got to experience it with me firsthand. Blake was outraged. We talked about it for several times yesterday. He kept bringing it back, and he just said, his comment was, "I can't believe how well you handled that." And I said, "Well, I've been dealing with this shit my 67 going on 67, 68 years. What do you think?" So I had been playing some He Said. The guy from Wire pulled this. It was actually on the shelves. I was showing Blake, well, I put it away, some stuff out there out of CDs, and then this came up. Another He Said, but a He Said Omala release. That's and this one I can hardly read the title. This one, it's the Lewis cat from bass player from Wire, who I think is a character. He's very talented, but I think he's also very pretentious. And this is a good example. There's good stuff on here, and there's one piece on here that is just, why did you put it on there? It's like, I respect that, that artists do that, follow their whims. But some things, it's like, are you just doing that to annoy people? Literally? It's kind of what it sounds like on that. Because most everything on the record is good. Then there's this one 11-minute track of almost nothing. That's an artist for you. I do a steady dose of Ryuichi Sakamoto, Yukihiro Takahashi, and Hiromi Hosono. Well before the two members of YMO passed in recent times, they are part of my staple. They're among my favorite. It's among my favorite music. So I was playing this yesterday, the Complete Service YMO live concert of theirs. Love this, and they play it so well live. I had forgotten because the credits are on the inside of the book, and I don't really look at it. But when I posted this yesterday, several people going on, "Oh, that's the Eno remix. That's the Eno remix. The Eno remix." I didn't pay any attention to that, and I looked and said, "Oh, yeah, it's remixed by Brian Eno." With that in mind, is when you hear it, do you hear Eno remix? No, you don't. You hear YMO. Is it a good, clear mix? Is there something super special about it? If it is, it's very sneaky, because all I hear is a good, clear, mix of YMO. Man, I love this band. I love this music. It's playing that. Then I got heavily into some more Sakamoto. Remember this TV series by Oliver Stone, Wild Palms? It was a series, rather. Yeah, a short series. I watched it mainly because of Sakamoto, but I enjoyed the show. Kind of science fiction-y. But once again, the music is to die for. Sakamoto, master. Then I was also listening to some Hosono. Friends of Earth is a project that he had with several other musicians. Bill Laswell was involved. Ayib Dieng was involved for a while. This is Return of F.O.E, a remix. But this is the one. I don't know if this is on vinyl. I'd like to have it on vinyl. Friends of Earth, Sex, Energy, and Star. Have you heard this album? This is neat. This is Hosono hooked up with James Brown and Maceo Parker, and they did a Hosono version of James Brown's Sex Machine with James Brown and Maceo. How much better can it get except to get the original cats that made the original? And Hosono is funky. That's the thing I like about Hosono. That's what I picked up about him, is that he's got real funk. He understands funk. So frankly, when I first heard this years ago, before I got the CD, I was thinking, well, Hosono must have sampled his voice, but no, he actually hired James Brown. It's pretty damn cool. I didn't get to this yet, but this is also another F.O.E. World of F.O.E. Hosono, the man. Take care, Haromi. Live a long time, brother. We love you. And I think this is the last thing I have to show from actual spins yesterday and what I bought. I'm not exactly sure why this record is hard to find and why it's expensive, but when I look it up on Discogs, it's like it's $100 album. I don't know why. I mean, it's an excellent album, but is it that rare? Hats by the Blue Nile. Do y'all know this? You know it. If you do, you know how subtly sublime and beautiful and heartfelt this music is. Very soulful. This is very romantic. Very romantic. It's all about relationships. It's all about a man and a woman. You know, I mean, if you want to go man and man, woman and woman, that's cool. Whatever fits for you. But obviously, the fellow singing here, I forget his name. I love his voice. Paul Buchanan. He's in love with a woman. You know, it's just, you just feel it in his words. Babe, let's go out tonight. The downtown lights, headlights on the parade. This is I don't know. Is it a classic? Is it a masterpiece? What's the right word? It's a fantastic album. Wonderful music. I have the first album too, but that's on CD. And I have the one well, actually, I have all their albums, but mostly on CD. Wonderful music, the Blue Nile. So, I hope that it's a good weekend for you folks. Check in with me if you like. Tell me how you're doing, what's going on in your world. You folks who have offered your support, thank you very much. It's actually reassuring. It's nice to know that folks don't want to tolerate the insanity of ignorance, racism, just downright immature boob-headedness, dunderheadedness. You know, there is a mentality amongst the populace that thinks that things like pulling pranks and trolling people in ways that actually cause harm, there's people that still think that shit's funny. And it's not. So we're not tolerating it over here. Get the message, people. I know that you racist people are watching me. I know that you're obsessed with me. I think the truth of the matter is that you'd like to be my friend. I don't know why you want to challenge me. Some of the folks, it's like they want to act like, you know, hey, he's not so hot. He's not so hot. I don't even know why they have that frame of view about me. It's like they want to. It's like the idea of, oh, I'm going to take him down a peg. What's that about? What's your problem? What's wrong with you? Come over here unannounced, unasked for, messing with me. I didn't mess with you. So I'm going to keep talking about this, folks, for a while, because we need some healing on this bad behavior. Look at this nation. That crap in Tennessee is ridiculous, especially when you hear what the reps say some of the other representatives have done and have faced no actions. You know, convicted child molester, somebody peeing on another rep's seat, other stuff. And then these guys get expelled because they actually do their job. They try to represent the people. Isn't that alarming? A minority of fascist, rich, entitled people think they can just do whatever they want, and that's what they're doing. They need to be stopped. They need to be voted out. I'll speak about what concerns me whenever I want to, because I know that I'm speaking on the side of humanity. I care about us, all of us. So I know that's worth um, sharing and propagating that message and that energy. We need to heal. We need to get over this weird manufactured division that is there for the purpose of people acquiring power from it and manipulating people and getting things they want. When people are at ease, things are well, things are provided for, there's nothing to fight for. Oh, and so if you hadn't noticed, there's just nothing but fighting going on all over the world because everybody's trying to get something. So I know the game is fixed and you can't just all of a sudden just change things, but I just want to point out that these people who claim to be smart and wise, look at what they're doing. Look at the results. I don't see no wisdom. I see a lot of selfishness. So I'm going to speak on it, okay? Have a good weekend.